My name is Isa from the Innovation Consortium, and today I would like to share with you about tape measure and the most common type of tape measure we use in our daily works. Here with me on the table, I'm having this particular type of tape measure and it's called a reel tape measure. Why? Because inside the tape measure it coils like a reel, the way you see a reel of a toilet tissue. To explain more about this tape measure, how it works, a tape measure, it has a reel which moves out back and forth. So this is the reel which moves inside and outwards, and it's the one which is engraved or embossed or marked or graduated with the measurements. These measurements are in inches and in meters or centimeters. So the reel itself, it's having those very marks or the graduations. To clarify on the graduations, every black mark you're seeing on this reel, it's a graduation, and the graduation stands for a certain measurement. So the bottom side, the graduations, they are in centimeters, as I had said earlier on, and the top side, they are in inches. So the top side of the reel, we have measurements in inches, and the bottom side we have measurements in millimeters or meters. So basically, to specify the graduations on the reel, we take the biggest measurement it takes, and for this particular type of tape measure, as you can see, it is having on the upper side it's 16 feet, on the bottom side 5 meters, meaning the biggest measurement is a feet you're having on the upper side, and the bottom side we are having meters. So the bottom side, the biggest measurement we can have is a meter, and on the upper side the biggest measurement we can have is a foot. So a meter, that is 100 centimeters. So when I roll out the reel, when I reach 100 centimeters, that means I'm having a meter. So basically, it's the biggest measurement I can have on this reel, on the tape measure. A foot, which is around here, then a meter, which is around this side. So to briefly explain about how to further divide these measurements to get the precise readings, or if you're to set a job, maybe you could be needing something like 90 centimeters. So we go on this tape measure. So the smallest graduation I'm having on the bottom of the reel, we are talking about the meters. The smallest graduation I'm having is a millimeter, meaning in a meter we are having 1,000 millimeters. So every meter they are 100 centimeters and 1,000 millimeters. So the smallest graduation I'm having on the reel, on the bottom side of the meter side, it's a millimeter. And for the feet side, for the side of the feet, the smallest graduation which we normally use is 1/4 of an inch. But to divide it further, a feet first runs from an inch, it runs from a feet, then we have an inch, then we have a 1/2 inch, then 1/4 of an inch. To further understand our measurements or the graduations as divided, we shall be taking a closer look. As we had said earlier on, the bottom side, it's a meter. A meter is 100 centimeters. So this is 1 meter. Then the other graduation, the smaller one, it's a centimeter. From here to here, that's a centimeter. As you can see, from 5 to 6, from 1 to 2 to 3, those are centimeters. So this gap is a centimeter. Then the smallest one, as you can see, this gap here, that is a millimeter. The the smallest gap. So a centimeter, there are 10 millimeters inside. So from 1 to 2, these small graduations are 10. So those are millimeters, meaning from the start of the tape measure to 100, these small ones are 1000. Then the next bigger ones, the centimeters, they are 100. Then a meter, that's 1. From here to here, that's 1 meter. For the side of the inches, a foot is right here. This is 1 foot from the start of the rail of the tape measure. This is 1 foot. Then a gap from here to here, as you can see, this is 1, 2, 3. So a gap from here to here, that's an inch. An inch from 4, 5 to 6, that's an inch. Then a half an inch, as you can see closely. When you look at 1 inch, the space of 1 inch, there is a middle graduation, that is halfway of an inch. Then furthermore, this halfway of an inch from here to here, there is another graduation in the half that makes a quarter. So when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, you get a full inch. So 4 quarters make an inch. 4 quarters of an inch make a full inch. So basically that's it when you're dividing an inch or a feet, measurements on the feet side. And the other point to note is how to use it. Whenever we are using a tape measure, right here it's in the closed position. When I pull out, it goes back. So we use this hook, we place it at the edge, the datum where we are starting our measurement from. So if I'm to take the reading of the tape measure, take for instance the width of this table. As you can see, I pulled out my reel. The dimension is over here. So this measurement, if I'm to read it in meters, it is 0.632. Those are meters. Then in centimeters, it is 63.2. Then in millimeters, the more accurate reading, it is 632 millimeters. So basically that's how to take measurements of the tape measure. If I'm to use it inside, take note, tape measure has a play. The hook, it has this play you're seeing here. This play is the thickness of the hook. So if I'm to take the inside width of the table, once I place the hook inside, that play will compensate for the 1 millimeter lost. So the play in the tape measure, never mind of it, whenever you're buying a new tape measure, it always has this play. It's meant to be there. So you just place it inside the play, then you take the reading. So basically that's how to use the tape measure. I remain Isaac from the Innovation Consortium. Thanks for watching. Keep tuned in for our next episodes of Auto. Thank you very much.